Hello everyone, welcome to the Decodes. So in the last video, we have seen that how the program makes a decision and uses the if, else if or else condition, right? And as I have talked in that video, that in this video, we will be looking another decision making technique, that is the switch case, right? So or we can say that menu driven program using C language, right? So how this particular thing is working. See, before going to the definition or before seeing the code or the syntax, let us understand it in this way. Suppose say you have called a customer care. Okay, now there is a thing that says that like press 1 for English, press 2 for Bengali, press 3 for Hindi, press 4 for, that's how the languages are there, right? Now say there are 6 language options, 1 for English, 2 for Bengali, 3 for Hindi, 4 for Malayali, 5 for Assamese, 6 for say Telugu. Now these are the 6 options they are giving. So whenever you are picking one option, say you are clicking 1, then they start talking in English, right? But what if you click any other option that is not available? Say the option is available from 1 to 6, but what if you click 8, right? In that case, this might not work. They might ask you to re-enter say valid choice, right? So what we are doing, we are trying to pick a choice, and based on that particular customer care, whatever there is, say robot or something like that, whatever is there behind that, it is taking a call that what needs to be done. If you are clicking 1, they are giving you the English language. If you are clicking 2, they are giving you the Bengali language. If you are clicking 3, they are giving you the Hindi language. Now if you are clicking any of the things that is not available, say up to 6 is available, if you are clicking 8, they are saying this is not a valid choice. We haven't given you 8. So based on the say input you are providing, based on the user input they are getting, they are taking a decision what language to give. So that is also decision making, and it is varying case to case, because some user is say clicking 1, some user is clicking 2. So it is depending on those cases. So there are 6 cases and any user can come and do the thing. So it's a switch between the cases, if you can think, right? Someone is clicking 1, someone is clicking 2. So we are switching between the cases, and accordingly they are giving us the output, right? Now if you see this, it is exactly the similar thing. If you see this, it is saying that sometimes we don't really have a range or condition, because in if or if else or else if, what you have seen, we have a range or we have a condition that if marks was greater equals to 40, if this, if that, then this, right? But here we might not have that particular thing, might not have. You might be doing the similar thing using the switch case as well. That is also possible. Okay, whatever you are trying to do with switch case, can we do it using if else? The answer is yes, to somewhat yes. But in some cases, it will be stuck. So let us see what it is saying, that sometimes we don't really have a range or condition. Instead, we have a fixed set of choices. Right? For an example, say the choice is Monday. Okay, that if it is Monday, then we do this. So you give this on the choice, that pick the day. Day 1, Monday, day 2, Tuesday, accordingly. And if you are picking a particular day, a particular task is getting assigned to you. You can think like that in your brain, right? So it will be more clearer when we will be seeing the syntax and code. Now, what is this? Sometimes we don't really have a range or condition, so we need to use the switch case. So instead, we have a fixed set of choices. So last video, we have seen the similar thing using if else. In this video, we will be using switch case. Now, the example was customer care call that I have just now talked with you, right? There might be, you can think of ATM. There is a press 1 to say withdraw, press 2 to say change the PIN, press 3 to say see the last 5 transactions, like that. Press 10 for exit, whatever, like that, right? So now if you see the syntax, what it is saying, that there is a switch is written and there is an expression. Switch and then there is expression. That is like the choice you are trying to give, right? So if suppose here you are trying to give a particular value, based on that value it will come inside and it will try to match with any of the cases. Say this is case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4. There might be hundreds of cases. So whatever the value, whatever the expression you are putting it here, that will be trying to be matched with these values. And whenever it is getting a match, it will go inside that particular case. And there is, say, inside this case 1, there is a statement 1. Why I have written value 1? Because it is not always 1, 2, 3 like that. It can be any string as well. As I have said, it can be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it can be. So accordingly, you need to change your logic. That's why if I had written case 1, it would have been a little confusing. You might have thought that it has to be a numerical value, but it is not like that, right? We'll be seeing this example and we'll be understanding. For the time being, we'll be taking some value. As I have said, the customer care call, the value is being taken, then it is matched with this one, this one, this one. For an example, say instead of saying that press 1 for English, it is saying press the language you want to say, you want this call to be. So you are then typing ENGLISH. Accordingly, they are matching it with their preference. So if that two strings are matched, then it is going inside a particular case. Are you getting my point? It's not about press 1 for English. It might be press the language or type the language. You are writing ENGLISH. Right? So that's why I have written case value 1. So whatever you are giving here, it is coming inside. It is trying to match with that particular thing. If it is getting matched, then statement inside it is getting executed. Correct? Now, after each case, if you see there is a break and there is a default case. So what can be the in general look? This is the in general look. Case value 1, statement break. Then case value 2, statement that is execute something, then you break it. Similarly, you can write case value 3, similarly statement break. Case value 4, statement break. Then after all the cases is over, just like you have said, press 1, press 2, press 3 for Hindi, press 4 for something, press 5 for something. When all the 6 cases are over, you need to have a default case. And inside that default case, you need to write some statement. What is this default case or what is this break? I mean, is this break and default, this particular two things? Default you might have already understood. That is when it is not inside this case 1, case 2, case 3. That is press 1 for English, press 2 for Hindi. If they are not pressing any of the 6, if they are pressing 8, there is a default case. We haven't given them the option. So what do we need to write? We need to write that please press a valid option. Similarly, in default, if it is not matching with any of the cases, that means the user might have typed something wrongly. So we need to give them awareness that in the default case, suppose you write in the printf, there is not a valid choice. We haven't given you this option. Please enter a valid choice from 1 to 6, like that. In this case, from 1 to 2, because there are only 2 cases. Right? I'm not meaning that 1 and 2 will be there. There might be Sunday, Monday, anything. But there are 2 choices. If it is giving anything apart from those 2, it is coming in the default cases. For the customer care call example, if anything apart from 1 to 6, that is coming in the default cases. Cool enough? Now, what is this break is for? Simple. See, if somebody is giving press 2, say someone has said press 2 for Bengali and they have pressed the 2. So it will be coming to the say case 2 and it will start talking in Bengali. So once they are done all the things, it will break and it will not give any other option or it will not go to any other language. So once you have chosen a particular say case, after executing of all the lines, all the statements inside that case, it will simply break. It will not check the further code. It will not check the other cases. It will be simply coming out of the switch case. Okay, so that is the meaning of break. It will be breaking over there. Because you have picked your language English. Why should I again start speaking in any other language? Right? So when everything is done, say there might be multiple statements inside this case. So when all the statements are done, it will simply come out. That is what this break will do. Now let us understand using this code. It will be really, really easy. Just hold on for the next few minutes. If you see what is the code is for, suppose we are trying to make a calculator. Really interesting. Suppose we are trying to make a calculator. So in that case, we can use the switch case. How? Press 1 for addition, press 2 for subtraction, press 3 for multiplication, press 4 for division, and so on. There might be n number of operations, modulus operation, blah, blah, blah. You can do anything. Right? So how to do that? Check this code. So if you understood that we can do it using switch case, easy peasy. What is the code? If you have seen, I have written the absolutely executable code. I have also written the hash include. You know the meaning. We have already talked about in the first video. Then there is a main function. Again, the part of the first video. Now see, from there, the logic is being written. Int choice a, b. You have taken three variables. First one is choice, then a, then b. All are of type integer. So all will be storing say value integer for the time being. What is this choice is for? You have already understood, I guess. This choice is for the value you are trying to choose. Press 1 for English, press 2 for Hindi, press 3 for Bengali. That 1, 2, 3, these are the choices. So you will be taking one choice. Correct? Now if you see, it is saying that int choice a, b. Right? Int choice a, b. Now, they have taken three variables. Then printf, you have written what are the things they will be doing. 1 for addition, this is backslash n. What it does, it goes to the next line. So inside the printf you are writing, just to make sure that 3 is showing in the 3 different lines, I have used this backslash n. It's a new line symbol. So you are writing printf, 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication. So you are showing whatever is there in the printf, it will be shown to the user. So you are showing to the user screen that 1 will be used for addition, just like 1 for English, 2 for Bengali. Similarly, 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication. Cool. It is on the user screen. Printf, enter your choice. So you have given three choices, 1, 2 and 3. So you will be asking the user to enter their choice. And we will be scanning that and we will be putting that value, whatever the user is inputting, and we will be taking the address of choice in the memory location and we will be putting there. We have talked about this thing in the second video of this playlist. You can see that how it is working. It will be going to the address of this choice variable, it will be putting the value. You can pick any value. For the time being, say you have picked 2. You have picked 2. So the choice will be having the value 2. Right? Then it is saying printf, enter 2 numbers. Because if you want to do some mathematical operation, summation, division, multiplication, subtraction, you need 2 numbers. That's why I have taken a and b. So they are asking users to give 2 numbers. So now they are scanning 2 numbers, a and b. Whatever the numbers you are putting from the user input, that is being stored from a to a and b. Suppose the a you have entered 10 and b you have entered 2. So that will be stored. So a is say 10 and b is say 2. Right? So we have taken everything from the user. We have taken the choice. What do you want to do? Multiplication. If you say what do you want to do? 2. So 2 is for what? Subtraction. So if you want to do subtraction, give me the 2 numbers you want to do. To do subtraction, we need something, right? We need 2 values at least. So that's why we're asking from the user. Give it AB, right? Done. Now switch choice. Switch choice. What is this choice? The choice is 2. So it will come here. So it will come here. So it will go inside accordingly. Switch choice. So it will go inside. This choice is 2. And based on the choices, it will hit the case. So first case is case 1. Is the choice equals to 1? No. So it will not go inside this case 1 because it is 2. So it will be checking next one, case 2. So is the choice equals to 2? If you see, whatever the expression you are giving, it is checking according to that thing. So if you have given say choice equals to 2, it will not come here. It will be coming to case 2. Right? So whenever the case 2 is being hit, it will go inside and it will printf result equals to %d a minus b. What was the value of a? 10. And what was the value of b? 2. So 10 minus 2 will be 8. So result will be equals to 8. That would be shown in the user screen. Right? There was case 3 as well. And after this execution of this thing, it will break. It will break and it will come out. Because you wanted to, because they have asked for you, what do you want to do? You have said that 2. That means I want to do subtraction. So subtraction is done. Output screen is showing result equals to 8. And whenever the output screen is result equals to 8, your subtraction operation is completely performed. So you simply break, you do not go further, you come out. Cool. So now what if instead of 2, you would have given 3? Similarly, it will not go inside this then. It will come in case 3. It will print result equals to 8 into 2, that is 16. So this will be displayed on the output screen that result equals to 16. Then it will break. Say instead of 3, if you would have given 1, similarly, it will go to case 1, it will print result equals to 8 plus 2, that is 10, or say 10 plus 2, that is 12, 10 plus 2, that is 12, and it will print this in the user screen, and then it will break and come out. Similarly, suppose you have given in the choice 7, but 7 is not there. There is only 3 cases, 1, 2 and 3. 7 is not there. So what if you want to do and you want to give 7? So it will not match here, it will not match here, it will not match here. It will come to our default case. And in the default case, there is a statement, printf invalid choice. You haven't given a valid choice, right? So that's why I have written printf invalid choice. That will be displayed to the user. That is the way that default is working, right? So this is how you can make a calculator using the switch case. And I hope that whatever you have talked so far using the syntax or the say why do we need that, it is really clear and it is really easy to understand. So instead of simply writing case 1 or say case 2, you can write case some string as well. Case Monday, case Tuesday, case Thursday, and according to the value, it will be matching here. According to this thing, it will be matching here. According to this thing, it will be matching here. Correct? Now, if you have seen, I have already given case 1, case 2, case 3, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication. But I haven't done for, say, division. There are 2 things actually. The first one is obviously there are some space constraints. So if you had written, say, case 4, it would have taken a little more space and it would be coming down. And the second case is obviously I want you to try that. It is easy. What you need to do? Just think about it. If I want to add one more case, that is division, because in calculator there can be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So what needs to be done? Simple. First of all, you add one line in this printf that you do not write like that. What you need to do? You need to write 4 for division, right? So now you have given 4 choices. So there can be choices. The options are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 choices total. Before this it was 3 choices. Now there can be 4 choices. Anyone user can input. And before this default case, here you write one more case, that is case 4, and you simply write printf result equals to %d a divided by b, and then break. Done. That's how you can do the case 4, that is division. So before this code, if someone was writing case 4, if someone was giving choice, if suppose this was not there, the initial code, it would have been coming to the default case. But right now, because there is a case 4, it will go inside and it will give you, say, 10 by 2, that is 5. So that's how this whole thing is working. Now, if you see, there is one more twist. If you see, in customer care, if you are giving a invalid choice, suppose they are asking from 1 to 6, you have given 8. They will be asking you, please re-enter a correct choice. And then they will be again saying 1 for English, 2 for... So they will be going back. But here if you see, there is no going back. Whenever you are coming to the default case, it is saying invalid choice and it is coming out. So what if we want to make sure that the code is running again and again, again and again. So whenever you are giving some wrong, or say you have taken case 3, right? But you want to continue that, okay, first time we have seen for multiplication. Then we want to again check for, we want to do another operation. Can we do that? Can we do that? Or say, if it is in default case, you have given a wrong input, we are again asking for the user and the user can continue. It is not that it will be coming out of the program. Can we do that? The answer is yes. We can do that, and for that we need the help of loops, because loop help you do again and again the similar things multiple times. Right? It will be in a loop. So we will be learning about these loop concepts in the coming videos. For the time being, this is all about the switch cases. Whenever we will be learning loop, we will be adding loop here, and this will be repeating again and again. Right? But this is the core concept of switch case. So I hope whatever I have talked about in this video made absolute sense to you. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next videos.